This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV, 5 topics in about 10 minutes for Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. I'm Derek Gilbert. Topic number 5 again today, of course, is Israel. United Nations has revised its grim figure of the rising death toll from Israel's bombardment of Gaza to over 5,000. This as over 90 Palestinians have been killed in escalating violence in Judea and Samaria, what the world calls the West Bank. So over the weekend, that included a rare Israeli airstrike on the Palestinian town of Jenin. Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad still holding at least 222 Israeli and foreign captives. That number's been revised upward now. You might remember the original estimates were about 100, then 150, now 222, the count according to the IDF. European Union leaders are set to endorse a call for a humanitarian pause. They want Israel to put a hold on any potential invasion of Gaza. That invasion appears to be imminent, but it's been imminent for several days now. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres wants this pause to allow more humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza from Egypt through the Rafah crossing. But the Biden administration, showing up as Israel's most solid supporter in this conflict, is not expected to endorse a ceasefire, despite reports that President Biden has been behind the scenes working to delay the invasion to allow more time for negotiations for the release of more hostages. Hezbollah, meanwhile, on Israel's northern border with Lebanon, is held off committing to a major war with Israel. They have been launching some anti-tank missiles and other rockets from Lebanon into Israel, but no large-scale engagement as of yet, which is a good thing because Hezbollah's arsenal is far superior to that of Hamas. Hezbollah, like Hamas, backed by Iran, but it's got reportedly tens of thousands of rockets at its disposal, higher quality, longer range than what Hamas can bring to bear. So if this turns into a full-scale war, things could get very, very dangerous for Israel indeed. And that would appear to be the reason for the 2 U.S. carrier strike groups now in the eastern Mediterranean. While that is going on, reports are that China is sending 6 warships to the Mediterranean itself. Russia has deployed naval assets into the Black Sea, which includes aircraft carrying missiles with a range to reach from the Black Sea to the Mediterranean, meaning that American sailors and Marines on board those vessels in the eastern Mediterranean are in harm's way from Russian assets in the Black Sea. This could escalate into a wider conflict. As I've been saying for weeks now, we may look back on this period of history as the early phases of World War III. Pray that it is not so. Topic number 4, pro-Palestinian protests here in the United States. They're beginning to look a lot like the Black Lives Matter protests of 2020. And that's probably because it's the same people protesting. Antifa taking advantage of the sentiment to engage and cause chaos on American streets. Now, in Minneapolis, we saw protests over the weekend. That is because some of the highest concentrations of Muslims in the U.S. are located in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Palestinian protests predominantly manned by far-left groups who somehow avoid the cognitive dissonance of protesting in favor of a group whose Sharia law, whose religion, basically is staunchly opposed to the policies supported by Antifa and other far left-wing groups. As I've said before, being a liberal means never having to deal with cognitive dissonance, apparently. This is really an unhinged political alliance. But the protest tactic, as we've been seeing with green protesters in Europe, being used here in the United States, blocking major traffic routes and then mobbing any vehicles who try to push their way through slowly. This has been used regularly by left-wing protesters in Europe and the U.S. in recent years. Most recently, as you see from this still shot from drone video taken over the weekend in Minneapolis, it was an elderly white gentleman driving that white vehicle at the center of the screen there, the one coming towards you on the screen, not the one blocking the road, who was then mobbed by protesters who, in fact, at one point got his door open. And you can just imagine what the driver is thinking. They're going to pull me from the car. I'm going to be beaten, perhaps killed, my car stolen. And so he tries to get away, in which case he's chased by the mob. And a candidate for Minneapolis City Council, a progressive, Zach Metzger, posted the video to his X, formerly Twitter, feed, and then called for his followers to find this man. Mob violence? Really? Well, he later deleted the post, but nothing is ever hidden on the internet. Once you post it to the internet, it is there forever. Anyway, this is the kind of person that is protesting for Palestine in the United States these days. They're really not, they don't care one iota for what happens to the people in Gaza or the people in Samaria. This is all about chaos, the spirit of Leviathan at work on our streets here in these United States. And sadly, with little to no enforcement by police, the protesters are just encouraged to come back and do it again and again. Topic number 3, the border. Meanwhile, maybe we should take a look and pay attention to what's happening on our southern border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported a record high of 3.2 million illegal immigrant encounters over fiscal year 2023. That's October of 22 through the recently concluded month of September. During that period, 3.2 million illegal immigrant encounters. Now, that doesn't count the gotaways, the ones who Border Patrol didn't encounter or who got away from Border Patrol. Over the fiscal year, which U.S. authorities encountered 3.2 million, that's 2.5 million at the southern border, plus another 700,000 coming across the northern border. Notably, officials also found a record number of people on the terror watch list who tried to enter the United States. 487 encounters on the northern border with Canada, 249 on the southern border during fiscal year 2023. And not to beat a horse that's on life support, if not already dead, that does not include the gotaways. This is a major security issue, and it should be dealt with. Topic number 2, the green catch-22. Green energy activists are resisting the very projects they need to meet the climate goals that they themselves have set. The green energy transition is going to require lots of land, mining, and wildlife impacts, none of which the environmentalists want. So, okay, they want green energy, they just don't want to do the stuff you need to create the green energy. The Biden administration announced in April that it intends to enact some of the world's highest air pollution standards for automobiles. In addition, Environmental Protection Administration rules would require 67% of new passenger vehicles sold in the U.S. to be electric by 2032. Well, the Center for Biological Diversity condemned the new rules because they don't go far enough. According to the International Energy Agency, an electric vehicle requires six times more minerals to produce than a conventional internal combustion engine vehicle. 6 times more minerals. For example, to make a half-ton, a 1,000-pound EV battery, you need 250 tons of materials to get all the lithium, graphite, copper, nickel, aluminum, zinc, neodymium, and manganese that goes into it. In 2021, the Center for Biological Diversity sued successfully U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to protect a type of buckwheat that would have been threatened by a new lithium mine in Nevada. At another proposed lithium mine in Nevada, the Western Watersheds Project says it will sue to protect a species of snail from the mine. We want the electric energy, we just don't want to do anything to get there. The bottom line is you have to burn stuff and build stuff to get the stuff you need to achieve these green energy goals. And it's not just the impacts of mining that generate opposition, it's also the wind and solar farms themselves, which take up lots and lots of land, and the high-tension energy lines. The U.S. will need to double its high-voltage transmission capacity to derive 90% of its electricity from renewable sources. The bottom line is this. This is so stupid. There's no other word for it. That you almost have to believe that it's deliberate. They don't really want green energy. The whole green energy agenda is intended to make us poor, cold, and in the dark. Coming up, the most San Francisco story ever, next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure you know how you can get your copy of this incredible new book in the Before Genesis Master Collection. When you order the Before Genesis Master Collection from the SkywatchTVStore.com, you'll receive the brand new book, Before Genesis, The Unauthorized History of Tohu, Bohu and the Chaos Dragon in the Land Before Time by Dr. Thomas Horn and Donna Howell. In this phenomenal new work, you'll learn about the debate raging between the Old Earth and the Young Earth creationist groups, what the Earth was like during the without form and void era of Genesis 1-2, how ancient archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe and the Doorway of the Serpent point to an intelligent race of beings on Earth alive before the time of Adam and under Lucifer's fallen influence. And for the first time ever, the conclusion to the events of Genesis that merges all contributing voices from not only the young and old creationist groups, but the scientific community as well, into one balanced and agreeable climax. But that's not all. You'll also receive the amazing DVD, What Lies Beneath, The Lost Secrets of the Watchers Below Göbekli Tepe, featuring archaeologist and author Dr. Aaron Judkins and best-selling author Derek Gilbert as they reveal Göbekli Tepe's historical use as a place of watchers worship, the evidence of a cult that venerated human skulls and reptilian creators, and the links between the god of Göbekli Tepe and the Bible. Also included in this must-have master collection are the digital, downloadable e-book versions of the Earth's earliest ages, Unearthing the Lost World of the Cloud Eaters, and the Apocrypha, including the Book of Enoch. These three masterpiece works will be available for download immediately when you place your order for the Before Genesis Master Collection and are being included in this offer absolutely free. All of these items hold a retail value of over $85. Yours now for your donation of only $35 plus shipping and handling. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Before Genesis Master Collection right now.
Item number one today, how is this even legal? A sex offender, pedophile, with a loophole that allows him to set up shop near a school with a sign that reads, "Free fentanyl for new users." This is allowed in San Francisco because he doesn't actually have the drugs on him. Now, in any kind of decent thinking society, this fellow would be taken out behind the woodshed and fear of God instilled in him. But in San Francisco, it is allowed because he doesn't actually have the drugs on him. The gentleman's name is Adam Moore. He says he's just passing on drugs that other people give him in exchange for blankets and things that he provides. He says to an investigative reporter, he's been homeless in San Francisco for basically 26 years. To me, that sounds not like he's homeless. It's a lifestyle choice. He prefers this kind of lifestyle. He's a convicted sex offender. He's got his camp across the street from a Catholic grade school. He's been doing this for 2 years now. But his signs, it was when he started putting up this sign offering free drugs that police began to move against him. But they found that because he's not considered high risk, he's allowed to be within 2,000 feet of a grade school, even though, again, his sex crime was for lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14, but he's not high risk, so he can set up shop across the street from a school offering free fentanyl for new users. This is San Francisco in a nutshell. And this is why more than 800,000 people fled California for other states in 2022. Well, during the month of October, Skywatch TV will send as our thank you for your gift of any amount the novel Ebenezer by Donna Howell. This picks up the story of Scrooge after Christmas. What happened? How was his life changed? Find out for your donation of any amount during the month of October. No minimum. If you're in the U.S. or Canada, we'll send you as our thanks a copy of Donna's book. Find out more at our website, skywatchtv.com. Look for the red donate button or call us toll-free, 844-750-4985. This week in Skywatch TV, we continue our 6-week investigative series, the last series of programs we recorded with Skywatch TV founder Tom Horn. This is on Donna Howell's new book, Before Genesis, What Happened Prior to Adam and Eve and the creation of, the 7 days of creation. Our broadcast schedule is posted at our website, skywatchtv.com/channels. But you can watch the show right now at the website. All of our video content is always there, skywatchtv.com. skywatchtv.com. You can also watch it right now on our Roku or Apple TV channels. You can also catch it at the YouTube channel for the main Skywatch TV program. That's Skywatch TV Now, at Skywatch TV Now on YouTube. Our Rumble channel, rumble.com/Skywatch TV, or better yet, download our free mobile app, which gets you all of our video content, an audio Bible with multiple translations, important news updates 3 times a week, calendar, upcoming events, and more. But best of all, because it's our app, we will not be canceled. So get it for your iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire phone or tablet. We have links to their app stores at our website to make it easy to find the right one for your device. And you'll find that in the top menu bar at skywatchtv.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.